It wasn't actually showing up, so let me double check, make sure everything's working here. Let the lag catch in. There we go. Okay, cool. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for jumping on the stream. I am so excited you guys are here. And I want to talk about the course that just launched. Well, the pre-sale rather. So I've been seeing a bunch of questions showing up in the chat. So welcome here. And let's chat a little bit. So, as you can see behind me, there is the VR Creator Academy pre-sale is available. This is going to be an entire course that talks about everything from you don't know anything about Unity, you don't know anything about C Sharp, and by the end, the goal is to have you being able to make a full multiplayer VR game that's fully optimized that you can add to the Quest or whatever, and then you know, at the end, being able to get a job and publish those games, develop a portfolio, and all that. So there we go. Let me say hi in the chat. Let me know that you can hear me and all the settings are correct. I've not done a live stream here in a minute, so it took me a second to actually jump on and make sure everything was going according to plan. I think I'm going to open up the YouTube chat too. Cool, cool. The YouTube chat actually is a lot faster. Um, I'll put it over here. There we go. Sweet. All right, let's jump into some questions. I've been seeing some questions pop out. Hello, hello. Let me scroll all the way back up to the top and see if we can catch anything here. So first off, I've got some pre-prepared ones. So, is this course finished? So the answer to that one is no. It's actually not even started. If you jump on now, and I'll share my screen here in a little bit and actually walk you through what the course looks like, what it looks like right now, and kind of help you get over the fence if you're hesitant about purchasing right now. And I know this is definitely like a trust trade where you buy it right now and it's very much like a Kickstarter. You put your trust in me now and then later down the line I will deliver. And so the course is not finished. The next question I have is, when will the course be completed? And the answer to that is, right now the schedule that I have is every 2 weeks I am planning on completing a module, or that's at least my goal. Once we get into like multiplayer or optimization of stuff that is a little deeper and a little requires a little more detail, is probably going to take more than 2 weeks. But if I stick with 2 weeks, which is a highly optimistic goal, the course would be done by the end of the year. I doubt I'm going to be able to stick to 2 weeks because there's 8 modules. So if we want to walk through it really quick, you have the Unity and VR. Actually, I'll share my screen. How about I do that? I will share my screen. We're gonna do that screen, and let's pop up. Let me make sure everything is right. All right, so here we go. So we have the VR Creator Academy pre-sale. Y'all can see everything nice. Okay, cool. So the way this works is it is going to expire in 2 days and 11 hours. So you are not going to be able to buy the course after this expires. I am only letting a certain amount of people into the course at the time being, because this is really like a beta program. So I am literally, and the reason I'm doing this is I'm letting everyone in for 1 week until Thursday. Thursday night at midnight is when this expires. And I want to walk through the course at the same pace as all you. And so every week I'm going to be uploading more modules, more lessons. I am, going to keep it a pretty rapid pace, hopefully. And then every week we're going to do a live call, and y'all can give me feedback about what you like, what you didn't like, and what I need to refilm and all that. So this is really going to be an ever growing, ever evolving kind of course. So that's why I'm limiting the access, and then we'll reopen it down the line. I'm hoping for like the holidays. So right now you buy it. There's nothing in the course right now except for a couple of like intro videos. And then around Black Friday, Christmas holidays, and whatnot, I will re-release the course. It'll be a lot more expensive because it will have a lot of content in it, and you won't get any live calls. So this is the perfect time to buy at the cheapest price that it's ever going to be, and then you actually get the live calls every week with me. So anyway, so this is my little thing. So right now we have a beginner plus level. So honestly, you could jump into this course not knowing Unity, not knowing C Sharp, not knowing any game development, and there's a whole module about how to use Unity and how Unity works with VR. There's a whole module about how to program. So everything from how to do variables, how to do methods, classes, all the way into Unity's scripting API. So how to do all of that. So that we're going to do a deep dive into that. So you should be able to start with a very beginner. If you've never done game development, or let's say you're in a different career, in a software career. I've had a lot of these people who they've been working at like a normal boring software development job, but they just honestly aren't fulfilled in their current job, and so they want to swap over to a more interesting, more fun, more future forward career. And so VR is the perfect place for that. And so they're like kind of at that intermediate level, and they already know how to code, and they already know maybe a little bit of Unity, or maybe they need a refresher on Unity. And so that's a perfect skill set to jump in here too, because we're going to go all the way to optimization and multiplayer and some advanced level stuff. So what you get is, you get to learn how to set up, you learn to code, you learn to optimize, which is going to be a whole section in and of itself, how to publish, how to, launch your game and whatnot. Um, which hardware is required? Um, let's see. Oh, I got to read. Yeah, so we are mainly going to be focused on the Quest 2. Well, actually, if you guys heard, the next Oculus Quest device, I don't know if it's going to be Quest, but the next device is actually coming out in October. That was just announced recently. But we will be focusing on the Quest 2 for this course. There will be a whole section on Oculus specific SDK. There will be a whole section on the XR Interaction Toolkit, which will be non-Quest, which will work for like PC stuff. So I do recommend you have at least a headset. And then the other requirement is going to be you have to have a computer that can run Unity. And this can be a Mac. A Mac will be a little more difficult, but you can do it on a Mac. But I'm going to be doing it on a PC. So that's kind of how that works. Anything for Pico, not specifically for the Pico, but I am doing a XR Interaction Toolkit, which would work with any headset. So, um, any optional or cooperative lessons to work on with others? No, not at the moment. Right now, it is going to be totally self-paced, or well, it's self-paced. So my schedule is posting videos every week. Your schedule does not have to be watching those videos every single week. You don't have to attend the live calls. That's just kind of like a bonus for people who want to get really involved and help me out and whatnot. Um, so yeah. Do you explain publishing to the Oculus Store? Yes. So here are the sections. Let's go over the sections really quick, and then I'll get back into specific question answers. So Unity NVR Primer is going to be very basic. We're just going to cover how to use Unity, how to do basic lighting, do basic world building, that kind of stuff. And then also at the end there'll be a little module about what are your options for VR. The next and then these links are just kind of guesstimates because there's nothing there right now. It's me just kind of guessing at how long I think it's going to take for me to teach this. So it could expand, it could kind of drop down a little bit, but these are my guesses. C# programming for VR developers. So this is what I just talked about. You have your variables and methods and classes that are specific to C#, and then we're going to also talk about the Unity specific things like the update method, start method, how to use coroutines, and then some VR specific APIs as well. And then we get into the beast. This'll probably at least like 4 hours is going to be the basics. And I may start with just filming the basics and then moving on to the next section and then coming back and adding in some more advanced stuff, because this is going to be my full-time deal. This is what I'm invested in for the next 3 to 5 years at least. So have full faith and confidence that this is going to stay updated. This is going to continue to grow, and my goal is to have this be the best VR course like out there on the internet for a long time. The best, like the biggest, the most updated. You can start from zero and get all the way to professional VR development. Is kind of the idea. Like I want to help y'all transition. My goal is to help the indie developer transition from a boring basic job into a very interesting career that's very fulfilling, interactive. I honestly think of VR as the purest form of art, because you have 3D modeling, you have graphics, you have coding, you have story development. It's just all of the art pieces. You have music and everything all into one, and so that's kind of I think VR is the most fulfilling and going to be the most popular, coolest job to have. And so I want to make a course that helps y'all transition into this fun career because I don't want to keep it all for myself. So is going to be a giant beast of a section. We're going to cover everything that has to do with the XR Interaction Toolkit. And yes, you can watch my YouTube videos, and I have a lot of YouTube video content and tutorials, and I'll continue posting YouTube video tutorials as well. But these are going to be like, very short, very brief, 5-minute long videos. This is how you use sockets. 5-minute long video. This is how you use grabbables. And so you don't have to, spend 30 minutes watching a YouTube video that take 2 minutes out of. That's like, your what you actually want to do. So that's kind of the idea for that. And then we're going to do pretty much the same thing, but we're going to cover the Oculus integration system as well next. So this one is all about, hand tracking and pass through and all the Oculus specific features. And then we'll also, do the basic how to do grab, but using the Oculus interaction system instead of the XR interaction toolkit. So these would be the two main SDKs that we cover. And these are going to be beasts, like huge sections that are the basics will probably be about 4 hours, and then they'll just keep expanding. And then I want to add quizzes just so you can kind of gauge your level. The quizzes aren't going to be like you have to pass the quiz before you can carry on to the next lesson. It's going to be what's your level, how are you doing, do you need to go back and maybe rewatch some. So these are the two main sections of the course. I just filmed the first little bit of Unity and VR. My goal is to kind of progress through these in order. Is kind of the idea. Maybe like very basic MVP type stuff, and then I'll come back and add more advanced stuff, like I mentioned. Um, and then if you want to talk about it I have a Discord, so there's a link down in the description to the Discord. If you want to, jump in and kind of ask more questions, I have a whole channel on course discussion that you can ask me questions there if I don't get to it in this video. So jump in the Discord, hang out. Um, so the next one, after we cover how to do VR hardcore, we're talking about multiplayer. And this is also going to be a huge section. So I don't want to cover just one multiplayer option. So like just Mirror or just Photon or just Unity's multiplayer. I'm going to cover all of them. It's kind of my goal, which is super ambitious. But I want to give you options. I want to have you be able to, pick a multiplayer platform and use it. And then honestly, most of them are going to be pretty similar. The mechanics of multiplayer work the same depending on what SDK you're using and what platform you're using to host your multiplayer. So it's all going to be very similar. So we may just have like a big kind of generic section of this is how multiplayer works, and then get into the specifics for each different option. So right here, right now, I'm planning on doing Mirror, Photon, the newest option of Photon. I think I say Pun in here. I think we'll either cover Pun or we'll cover. They have a new one called Quantum. I think we may cover that. Whatever the cheapest one is, probably. Normcore, which is one I've worked with the most probably, and it's actually pretty good to work with. And then Unity's multiplayer, so Netcode, or I think they're releasing a newer one. So that one comes out, we'll probably add that in. So this is going to be a bunch, at least 4 different multiplayer options for you there. That'll be a lot. And then we get into optimization. So like, okay, you made your game, but it runs on 12 frames. So now what do you want to do? So this next section is going to be about optimization. So we're going to do lighting optimization, graphics optimization, code optimizations. All of that is going to be in here. We're going to do a deep dive. And like I said, just like for all the other ones, I'll probably do a quick pass through. It'll be like an hour or two of basic optimization, project settings, and whatnot, and then move on to the next section, film videos for that, and then I'll come back and start adding in more advanced stuff. So this this course is going to have new content every week for like the next 2 years, probably. I have so much planned for this. I'm really excited. All right, next one, VR publishing mastery. So this one is all about publishing. So first off, how do you just run a build? How do you build your project and put it on someone's headset or someone's computer? And then we're also going to talk about how do you get that built project onto specific platforms. So anywhere from the Meta Store to Steam, App Lab, SideQuest, Itch, all of the major places you could post your game. You need to understand how to put your game on those platforms. And so that we're going to have a whole module on this as well. So I'll walk you through all the steps of, okay, you need to have, 12 different thumbnails all in different sizes in order for Steam to accept your, game kind of stuff. Like how do you, optimize your specific code project for that, all that kind of stuff. So publishing mastery, and then finally, VR as a living beginner to pro is going to be all about how do you make a living in VR. So at this point, we're assuming you have gone through all the previous tutorials and you have done, you've developed these really cool skills. And so now, how do you? Excuse me, I need to take a sip of water. I've been talking too much. So at this point, like, how do you get a job? So we'll talk about how to get like just a a normal job, some employment at a VR company that you can work for. How do you develop your portfolio for that? How do you attend interviews? How do you prepare for that? And then we'll also talk about taking the indie route, which I figure most of you will take this route. And it's like, how do you get your own studio? How do you make a game? How do you do a Kickstarter? We won't probably do a deep dive into all of that, but I'll at least do some lessons on, all right, how do you get a Kickstarter? What's the best approach to that? And then of course, I'll come back through and make it a little more detailed later on. But that's kind of the plan for everything right now. Anything on Git or GitLab? Yes. So in the programming section, I will most likely cover a how to use GitHub, and use how to actually save your project and not lose it, that kind of thing. Do you prefer the goodness? It's only when I start talking to you guys that it's I haven't used my voice all morning. Wow. So this one, do you prefer Oculus or HTC to develop training? Oculus, honestly, it's the most popular. It's the cheapest at the moment, even though they just increased the price. All of that kind of stuff. Let's see. Let's go back through and answer some questions. I was wondering if you're going to include other resources. So as of right now, the plan is we're going to go through and make a game for the XR Interaction Toolkit. So these two sections, so the XR Interaction Toolkit and the Oculus Integration System, these two are going to have their own game inside of it. So it's not just going to be like, all right, here's how you do sockets. Here's how you do grabbable stuff. We're going to go through and we're going to make a game. Right now I have a really big game idea that I want to do, but I don't have the assets for it. And so I'm going to work on getting those created for y'all. And then so version 1, we're just going to use a free asset from the asset store. We're actually going to use the Synth Studios, whatever their free asset is. It comes with like a sword and a squirt gun and a bunch of little like blocks and like house models and a character. It's got a bunch of like good like prototyping type stuff in it. So we'll start with that one, and I'll just go through and we'll make like a little game. But then next year, and so this is like a good little teaser for you. If you buy now, it's going to be the cheapest it's ever going to be. There's a link in the chat. There's a link down in the description. There's links everywhere. I highly recommend getting the course at this point because it's it's going to be like $400 next time it comes out. Like it's going to at least be 300, probably around $400 the next time it comes out. So with that aside, the next year I'm going to come back and do a whole version 2. So I'm going to take notes every video call that we do every week, from now until basically this version of the course is completed. I will be writing notes, getting your feedback. You all will say, oh, this was a little confusing. This needs to be touched up a little bit or explained better. And I will be taking notes on that. I'll be refilming the stuff that needs to be immediately refilmed, and then the notes that I don't need to immediately act on, like hey, like you could do this a little better maybe next time, but it's not an important do it now kind of thing. I'll come back through, and then next year is going to be a whole overhaul of version 2, and we're gonna make a little county fair game. Is my idea, and so I'll say like, okay, well, here's the ring toss game. We're gonna make this little mini game in this lesson, and then this next lesson will be like the hammer strong guy um like little game, and then it's going to be a bunch of little mini games, and we'll end up making it multiplayer, and you will get all of the assets for that. So I'll end up having a 3D artist come through and excuse me. I'll end up having a 3D artist come through and make a bunch of assets, and so when you buy the course, you'll get all these assets. Or if you're already in it, if you've already purchased it, you'll just be gifted the assets retroactively in one of the lessons. That'll just be a download link and a Unity package. So you will definitely be getting assets and resources for now. For the beginning, though, we're just using free Unity assets. Um, Last thing in the little lesson here is bonus weekly call with me. So, most courses you buy, it's just kind of self-paced and you do what you want. This course, or at least this pre-sale, the course is definitely self-paced. So there's no really live element to it. And even these weekly calls aren't me teaching. It's going to be kind of me saying, okay, you guys watched the videos last week. What do you think? What do I need to improve on? What do I need to go back and refilm? And so you will get weekly access to weekly calls. Those are going to be on Fridays, every Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern time. So U.S. Eastern time on Fridays at 1 p.m. Is going to be every week. And if you can't make it, I am going to be recording everyone and then transcribing it, so you can go through. Also, all of the videos, all of the lessons are going to be transcribed. So if English is not your primary language, all of the videos, I have a AI software that goes through and transcribes everything, and it does it better than like YouTube's transcription. It's actually really nice. It adds punctuation and everything in there. It's very nice. Um, so if English is not your primary language, then you will definitely still be able to follow along with the transcription downloads. Will the course be on Udemy? No, I am self-hosting it, or rather, I'm using like a platform called Samcart to host it. So it'll be accessible on any. It's a web platform, so you can access it on your computer, on your phone, all of that. So absolutely. And then the most important note is it's a pre-sale. It's effectively a Kickstarter that I'm going through this route where so Kickstarter doesn't take a cut of my money, and so we will it's not complete. There's no lessons right now. Right now, if you jumped in, and I'm going to show you here in a minute what the course looks like on the inside. But right now, when you jump in, there is just like 4 or 5 like kind of intro lessons, like hey, welcome to the course. Here's a tour, and whatnot. So if you jump in now and buy it, don't expect for there to be anything. This is like a trust kind of deal that we're doing right here. So if you purchase the course now, you have my forever gratitude. And it's going to be cheapest it's ever going to be. You get weekly calls with me, and it's a very select group of people. It closes, when this countdown timer ends. So it will be 500. That's kind of what I am anticipating. I honestly think with all of this content, it's going to end up being about $1,000. So this $200 price is very good. And then this is the end date, the end time. So which is going to be midnight on Thursday and Eastern time, so it might be in the middle of the day for you. This whole page gets closed, so you're not going to be able to buy it until like it's mostly done around the holidays. So that's kind of I'm letting a small group of people in, the dedicated hardcore VR people who want to help me build the best VR course out there. So let's go through and I'll answer some questions. One more thing I want to talk about is you get 100% money back guarantee. So part of this element of trust is you're giving me money for something that doesn't exist yet, which I know is a little scary. And I'm fully admitting like this doesn't exist yet. And so you're giving me money just in pure trust at this point. So to kind of ease that up a little bit, I do 100% money back guaranteed. And I've already given back like 4 or 5 or 6 refunds already of people like, oh, I didn't know it was a pre-sale, or I wasn't really anticipating like it not been having anything, I thought it would have a little bit of stuff. So I've already given back like 4 or 5 refunds. So you get 100% money back guaranteed. You can, join in, and this is at any point too. So like you can join automatically, like be like, never mind, I don't want it. Ask for a refund, just send me an email. Or 3 years down the road, you could be like, oh, I'm not in VR anymore. This is not a good course for me. Ask for a refund at that point. I'll give you a refund. So this is a 100% money back guaranteed refund for the life of the course. And you get lifetime access. So this will never expire. The course will never expire. You buy in once, you have it forever. I don't want to punish people for, not learning quickly. And like, for people who are a little slower at learning, I don't want to punish people for that. And a little bit about me. So I've been in software development for over 10 years. I've been doing VR for like 2 or 3. Oh, hi, puppy. Um, but I have not publicly released a game, but I have worked with some larger companies. I'm working with a large company teaching them how to do VR right now. Um, and so I don't have any like stuff I could show you at the moment. A lot of it's under NDA. But look at the YouTube channel. If you're not sold yet, just go through the YouTube channel, watch the YouTube videos, see how I explain things. I don't want you to just buy in because, oh, it's a VR course and I need to learn VR. I want you to mesh with my teaching style. I want, this to be a good experience for you. And so that's kind of why I'm doing the money back guarantee. That's why I want to have these good calls. That's why I want to do a call every week. I kind of want to, I want to like, interact with you all. I don't want to make this in a bubble. Is effectively what I want to do. How can we help make this the best course possible is honestly by joining now. If you purchase now, there's a link in the chat. There's a link down in the description. There's a link on all the videos. If you buy the course now and attend all of the calls, and there might be a lot of people in the calls depending on this has been crazy popular. I had no idea this many people would purchase the course already, and we have like 2 days left. We may end up splitting the calls into 2 or 3 sections depending on how many people. It might end up being 2 or 3 calls. We'll see. I'll like split it up into time zones and make a really late call and a really early call, and so depending on where you are, you can join the appropriate one. But yeah, just join now, attend the weekly calls, and give me feedback, and I'll go back through and refilm the videos either immediately if it needs to be redone immediately, or later down the road when I do a whole overhaul. So, yes, and then so when you buy the course, there is also a little upsell, a little sneaky upsell. So after after you buy the course, it's like, hey, do you also want to like jump on a 30-minute call with me? So if you want to jump on a one-on-one call with me, buy the course, you'll be offered a opportunity to hang out with me for it's actually I increased it to 30 minutes afterward. So it was 15 minutes, and then I just increased it to 30 minutes because I know some people want to chat. So um, if you buy the course, you're also offered a one-on-one call with me afterwards. And yeah, I have to do it at some time during the day. So I know it doesn't really work for everyone. I think 1 p.m. is kind of the best mix for the East Coast and the West Coast, but also like the Europeans. So it's not too late for Europe, but then it's not too early for the West Coast. So I think 1 p.m. is going to be a good time, and then I may end up adding a later time down the road if there's like too many people who can't make it or something. Um, can you get a one-on-one afterwards? Yes. So also, if you're in the course, there is a upsell. So let's jump into the course. Let's see the course. So let's see. Oh, and also, if you're not in the course, if you aren't in the course, there's a link down in the description. It's just like a free quiz that you can take. You just have to enter your email in, and so we can chat. And it's 13 questions. You get to see how much VR experience you have. And if you're it's great. It's 3 sections, so there's 3 categories. It's your VR aptitude, it's your game development prowess, and then it's how good at programming are you. So it kind of grades you on all the 3 of those sections. It gives you a score right immediately right after you take it. So it's good. It's a cool little quiz to kind of see where you're at. So let's go into, let me see if I have it open on another screen. Doo, 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 doo. Hopefully this is it. I have to relog in on my end. Un momento. Okay, here we go. Here is the course. So let's jump back out. This is everything you get when you buy right now. Um, so you have the VR Creator Academy is what you purchase, and so you'll be given this course. But effectively, the system kind of treats it as 9 different courses that you get when you buy. So this VR Creator Academy is pretty much like a kind of a holder. So you jump in here, and it has a course overview, and then these are the only lessons that exist right now. So you have a kind of a start here video, so I can click on that, and it goes into a little video, and it's just me explaining, and then there's a transcript below every single video that you can download. And then over here on the side, it lets it's a basic course software. You go through it checks the ones you've already watched. Um, you can go to the next lesson pretty easy. It tells you how far along you are. And so this is the VR Creator Academy, and it's kind of like a intro. And then this is also where the calls are. So the first call we're actually doing on Friday. So if you want to jump on that call, sign up before Thursday. And then here you can also book a one-on-one call with me from within the course, straight there. So you can click book now. It'll send you an email. You have to type in like a code just to verify and do a payment. But yeah, you can book a call with me from right there from within the course. And then we can back out here and then go into the next course. And already have everything posted. I have a little explanation of what each course is going to teach. And then if you go inside, you can see an outline for each course. And so right now, we have a bunch of coming soon stuff, and we got a little course overview. We're doing an intro to VR, so the history, the future, why right now is the best time to get into VR. Um, and then we're going to go cover Unity basics. So why Unity? What does Unity have to offer? Yada yada yada. Play mode, scenes, materials, UI, just kind of a basic overview. And then we'll cover basic world building. So where do you get assets? I need to add in a temporary lesson about how to plan a game in here because someone requested that. And then at the very end, we're going to cover like what are your VR options with Unity, and how do you do like a basic setup so that you can add in some kind of framework like um, XR Interaction Toolkit or OpenXR or something. So yeah, that's Unity and VR, and then we have basic placeholders for like the rest of the courses. So if we let's see, let's jump into XR Interaction Toolkit, see what's there right now. So we have an overview on every course, and then project setup, how to do movement, interactions, UI. This is like the very basic template, so I'm definitely going to be adding more stuff in here. This is just kind of placeholder stuff to remind me what videos I actually need to do. So yeah, that's the course. There's a link down in the description. You have 2 days to buy in, 2.5 days, and that's it. It gets closed. So let's let's do a few more questions. Um, see how let me scroll back up and put this strategically over here. Very nice. Beautiful. I redid my office specifically for the course just to like make it look better and sound better for you guys as well. So anything on AR? So right now, no AR stuff. This is going to be purely VR. I may end up, in a year or two, if this does really well, um, even just hire someone to help me make a AR course. Like I know basic AR stuff, but I don't really, do it too much. So I would end up hiring someone to come do a course, but I will definitely, not. I won't say definitely. I'll most likely also do an AR course. It'll just be like 3, 4, or 5 years down the line. Thank you for. I try to be energetic. I try to be entertaining and interesting. So I'm glad you like my teaching style. Let's go back up here. I'm sorry you can't afford it. This is honestly. I thought about dropping the price down even more, but if I do it too much, it's just not enough. It's not really worth it for me. And also, I start to get in. You know, it's just not that. I can't drop it too far. So don't worry. There's always going to be for YouTube content. The YouTube tutorials are not going away. Um, and I mean, I'll probably start to transition more over to VR. Interesting stuff that like happens in VR, but then the YouTube channel is also going to be, also tutorials as well. So let's scroll back up here. Let me see. Will I be covering localization techniques for multiple regions? I will probably briefly mention it. I probably won't really deep dive into it right now. Let's see. Will I have any supplemental videos and lessons? So yeah, so I plan on so I have a resources section in each module or each course, and that will have links to everything I mentioned, any VR assets, all the assets that I use inside of the course are going to be free or provided to you. So don't worry about having to go buy more stuff after you join the course, as long as you have a computer that runs Unity and a VR headset, ideally. Yeah, I'm gonna you have to have a VR headset to program VR. I know some people wanna try to do it without getting a VR headset, but really that should be your first buy if you're looking at, getting into VR. How many people have signed up so far? Over 100. There are a lot of people have already signed up. I am really excited, and honestly, I feel like I may have to, like, just cut it off at a certain point, at a certain number, because the calls are gonna be ridiculous. So I don't know. We'll see. I wanna keep it open as much as possible to allow as many people, to join in, but, I don't think I'm gonna, uh I don't know. We'll see. Uh, Thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate that. You're just giving me money without even while I'm doing a sales thing. So I appreciate that. Uh, can I put you down as a reference in my portfolio in the end? If I like, give you feedback on your portfolio, then yeah, for sure. Um, you can, add that as a quote in your portfolio or whatever. Am I going to be discussing code standards, architecture? So I'm definitely going to be talking about it. And then when we program the actual game for the X Interaction toolkit and the Oculus integration, I will be trying to code it not as like a tutorial where it's kind of very hack and slash kind of game jammy. I will definitely be adding in more architecture and structure to that. So that's definitely. Let me scroll back down to the beginning to uh, yeah, so thank you. There's been a ton of people so far sign up. It's been kind of overwhelming. We've already passed my target point of what I thought we would do, and we still have 2.5 more days left. So I really love that y'all trust me, and I just come across as a trustworthy guy or something? I really appreciate the love and support I've gotten from this. I've gotten so many emails. The first thing I ask you to do when you get into the course is to send me a personal email about why you joined the course, what made you join the course, what are you looking to get out of the course, and I'm responding to every single email. I want to start a conversation with everybody and kind of have that conversation. This is going to be my full time thing for the next several years. So I really want to personalize it and really have those one-on-one conversations before too many people get in. So another reason why I am capping the the time at least that you can get in. So as many people right now, I'm just going to go with as many people who want to get in until Thursday can get in. But there's only so many people I can really let into a beta program. So let's see. More questions. Will there be a structured project development throughout the course? Yeah, so I am planning on doing like an intro video for every module, and it's going to be okay. In this course, we're going to cover this, 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 and this. And then there'll be a few like in the intro course. I'm going to kind of do one lesson about how to plan a game a little bit better, that kind of thing. Ooh, scholarships. Someone mentioned scholarships. Where did they go? Yes. So right now for pre-launch, I'm not going to do scholarships because I don't want to just like here's a free scholarship for nothing. Or I mean, it's fun. We get to do a weekly call. You get to take the course with me. But I feel like offering scholarships for a uncompleted project is a little counterintuitive. It's kind of like when someone is making a new product and they're like sending it for free to everybody. So I don't I don't really want to do that. That feels scammy. So I will absolutely be doing scholarships, but that's probably going to be down the line around the holidays. I'll be doing giveaways. I'll probably doing like if you've ever attended Jason Wyman's live streams, he always does a giveaway at the end. I'll probably start doing some kind of giveaway like that. I'll probably even offer him courses to give away. We've I was on his live stream, the last live stream he had. I was on that one, so definitely giveaways in the future. But right now, no. So it'll be once the course is more complete. Do I plan to talk about sound implementation? So yes, there is spatial audio that is specific to VR. Really, it's anything that's specific to VR is stuff that I want to talk about. And this is really going to be my opportunity to do a deep dive through everything. What should you be focused on to prepare for the course? Honestly, this is going to start you out from ground zero. If you want to start to get a basic understanding of Unity, go ahead and download it, play around in it. You could watch some coding tutorials. I am also going to add in coding tutorials. But honestly, as far as preparation, the course is really directed at um, people. It's kind of a two-pronged approach. So it's people who are brand new. So it's like almost like you're getting out of. It's either you're like just getting out of high school or college and you want to get into VR development. College didn't teach you, high school didn't teach you how to do any of this kind of stuff, and so you can jump in there. Or it's also directed to people who have been in a career for a little bit and they're just very dissatisfied, so they want to jump over and do something a little more interesting, a little more fulfilling in their life. And so if you're jumping over from a marketing degree or from something that's not tech related, I also want to be able to help you from the ground up. This should be the only course you need. So coding, Unity, everything. So like honestly, my whole goal for this is to be a one-stop shop. It's going to be the best course there is. And like I know a lot of people just kind of throw up a course and then they leave it and they're like, okay, this is going to be a passive income kind of thing. This is going to be active income for me. This is like what I'm going to be working on every day for the next several years. So no passiveness here. I am going to be in the trenches with you guys, um, building this course. When you have questions, input, I'm setting up a form where people can who are in the course. One of the lessons will just be like a link to a form, and it's like, hey, if you have a suggestion that you couldn't voice in the calls or something, or you just want to write it down before you forget about it, fill out this form and submit it to me, and it'll automatically shoot me an email of all these suggestions and stuff. Yes, if I'm not answering your questions or you just want to go and see if your question was answered before, one, this is recorded and will be replayable, so you can play back, and I'm going to post it afterwards. So I'll try to make a point to go through and um, add in some timestamps. But also, a fun little trick about YouTube is if there are captions on the video, you can search. So there's three dots down in the bottom. I think it's going to be on this corner for y'all. Three dots. You click on that. You say open transcript, and I don't know if it'll do it right now because it's a live stream. I don't think I have captions enabled for this, but I will go back and add a transcription. Like I said, I have that transcription software, which is amazing. It takes like 5 minutes. It'll transcribe the whole thing. So I'll post that after this gets posted. You'll be able to go through. So you click the three dots, you hit open transcript, you press Control F or Command F on your keyboard, and you type in whatever word you're looking for. And you can see if I mentioned it in the transcript. You click on the word in the transcript, and it automatically jumps you to the right spot in the video. So a fun little YouTube navigation hack. Maybe the course should have a community tab. So yeah, I haven't quite figured out what to do about the community yet. So the community may end up being right now it's just the live calls. So we're gonna have a live call, we're gonna have a chat. I may just like, talk for an hour and then just leave the call up and let y'all chat with each other for like another couple of hours if you want. But as far as it goes right now, I don't have a community option. I'm still kind of thinking through how I'm going to do that. It may just be like a separate membership of people who pay so many dollars a month, because I want it to be like a really active and engaged community. So I may force it to be a membership option where you have to pay every month to be part of it. Um, just so that there's constantly active people in the community and not just like, someone who bought the course 5 years ago and isn't really active and is just kind of cluttering up the space. So for right now, the Discord, so the public Discord, that's down in the description, is a great place to chat. There's a chat channel called Course Discussion. You can go through and look and see if I've answered any of your questions there as well. And also, if you just want to ask questions about the course or whatnot, it's not going to be the course hangout spot. You can still hang out in like the general chat and whatever. And then I will work on a separate community something that I'll be providing for like at least when the course does a relaunch, I'll have that kind of community aspect. But for right now, the community is kind of just the weekly calls until I nail that down. Discord video chat. Yes, there are there's chat rooms and stuff inside of the actual whatchamacallit. I never posted that I was live in the Discord. If anyone wants to say that I'm live in the chat, that'd be cool. Anyway, let me double check things and make sure nothing is needing. Part of this has been quite stressful, just so y'all are aware, because I'm like going through and making sure the website's not like shutting down and nothing's like getting disconnected, and y'all can still like access the website. It's been a lot for the last couple days. Let's see. Questions. If you have a question, I may or may not have answered it, but just put it in the chat. I appreciate that you finally recognize my genius. Let's see. Community. Yeah, so we were kind of talking about community stuff. It is not a classroom thing, so that is something important to point out. So right now, if you just jumped on the live stream, I'll kind of recap for you. The course is going to be available to buy the pre-sale. So right now there's nothing in it. There's like 4 videos that are like intro videos. I'm filming the first batch yesterday and today of like actual tutorial videos that I'm then sending off to an editor, and then when that gets back, I'll be posting those. So hopefully before the end of this week, before our first call on Friday, there will be videos that are actual tutorials that you can comment on. But it's not like a live classroom thing. So this is a self-paced course. So you could go at it at your own pace. You don't have to attend the live calls. The live calls are mainly for me, selfishly. The live calls are for y'all to meet me and for me to be able to have a good conversation with y'all. But then 2 is to be able to improve the course. So the live calls are mainly for feedback on the videos that you watched the week before. So every week I'm going to be posting new content, new lessons. Every week. If I don't post that week, call me out on it. I want to be consistent. If I don't post a week, I will let you know that I will be out like on vacation or something, and I'll do my best to like film ahead of time so you have stuff every week. And mention if you've bought the course and jumped in, mention it in the comments. I want to see how many people are signing up and joining in, because I really appreciate y'all. I do say y'all a lot, don't I? That is the thing. You'll see if you're on my email list. You'll see y'all a lot, and Mailchimp does not like me writing y'all. It's like, this is not a word. What are you doing? Um, Jeremy signed up. I appreciate you. Oh, we got a lot of people. Okay, very nice. I thank you each for all. Oh, you got it on Sunday. You got it like before the launch. So I'll tell you a story about like how this launch was supposed to go down. So on Sunday, I was doing a live stream with Jason Wyman. The launch was supposed to start on Monday at noon. Was like yesterday was when the launch was supposed to like go live. But on the live stream with Jason, he was like, "Well, why don't we just like add a sneaky link down in the description, and if someone finds it, then they can go ahead and sign up early." And so I was like, "Yeah, sure, that sounds fine. Everything's already set up." So on Sunday was the first day you were actually able to. So I had been announcing course launches on Monday. It's on Monday at noon for Eastern time. Jump in on Monday, and then some of y'all snuck in on Sunday because you saw a little link, and then I posted a video, and I was like, "Oh well, why don't I just add a link down in the description too?" Because I didn't mention it in the video. The video was just kind of like hey, take the quiz down in the description. Which, side note, you should also take the quiz, because it gives you like a good feedback of where you are in the where you are as far as VR knowledge, coding knowledge, game development knowledge. It's like 13 questions. It's free. You can do it in like 60 seconds. It's a good little kind of where am I at kind of thing. So anyway, a lot of y'all got in on Sunday, which was crazy. I was on the live stream and I saw like I get an email every time someone joins, and so I was getting emails and I was like, holy cow, there are people like who found that little link and were signing up. So I appreciate all of y'all who like follow my content. You get you get some perks if you stick with me and watch the videos as they come up. Um, so I appreciate you. So anyway, the launch kind of happened on Sunday, and then I did a full launch on Monday yesterday, and that did really well. We have over 100 people in the course already. And if I haven't mentioned before, you get a full refund if you ask for it. I have a whole money back guarantee kind of thing. So if you're not into the, hey, I am, it's kind of sketchy. It's like a Kickstarter. I've already given out like 4 or 5 refunds for people who have like, oh, I didn't really realize it was a pre-sale. So I bought it and I thought there was going to be courses I could just, or lessons I could just go ahead and jump in and watch. There are not, fair warning. So I've already refunded some people. So just so you know that it works. So my policy is, if you buy the course, you can ask for a refund, 100% money back refund at any point. So it could be, 5 minutes after you buy the course, you're like, oh, wait, never mind, I don't want it. It could be 3 years down the line. 3 years down, you've watched every single tutorial, gotten your fill, and you're like, I want a refund. I kind of need $200 right now, or like $400. If you bought it like down, I'm gonna keep this policy. So if you bought it down in like on Black Friday or something, like, I kind of need $200 or $400 right now. Ask for a refund, no questions asked. So that's kind of my guarantee to y'all. I want you to feel safe and be able to buy this. And then, if I don't stick to my end of the deal by posting videos every week, and keeping a consistent update, making sure it's updated with Unity. And it's also kind of an incentive of like, if I let the course go stale, and don't give regular updates. So if Unity updates and I don't like, come back through and fix it within a certain amount of time, ask for a refund. It's kind of like Justin, you're not keeping up with your end of the deal. So holds me accountable. And it also, gives you a little bit of a safety factor, I guess. So 100% refund, no questions asked is also there. So just so you know that. I want you to feel safe. Any plans to dev with some of the current frameworks? That is a good question. So this is not going to be the only course that I release. This will be the main course that has like 90% of the stuff that I like. All the tutorials that I make will all be in here. But I am also planning on. So this one will cover the Oculus integration system, which is for free, and then the XR interaction toolkit, which is also for free, provided by Unity. And so those two are the main frameworks we're going to be using for this course. But I'm planning on releasing like little mini courses on how to use Hurricane VR, AutoHand, VRIK, all of those for the future. So it's definitely like a 2023 kind of thing because I got to focus on actually making tutorials for this, for actually keeping up with the lessons. But in the future, I am planning on that. Let's see. English. I don't know if this is what you were asking. Yeah, I think you're talking just in the chat. But all the videos will have transcripts. So if English is not your primary language, you can go through the transcripts. You can even get them Google translated over into your language. There is definitely going to be there's not just a lesson. There's a whole course on optimization. So let's see. What other questions do you have? I saw a bunch of people said that they signed up. I am I really appreciate all the people getting in on Sunday. That's fun. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. You guys are probably the ones with notifications on. All the people showing up for the live streams. Um, So let's see. Oh, you just enrolled. Thank you, Sean. I appreciate you. Um, yeah, let me know if you enroll. I get an email. I also ask, that's like the first thing I ask is for you to email me. That's like the first video you're gonna watch. So we'll start a conversation. I'll get to meet you all on Friday. Um, let's see. Yeah, so yeah, eventually there'll be VR stuff, or for the packages specifically for the frameworks. Just not right now. Let me scroll back up, see if I am missing any questions. Actually, let me check and make sure I hit all of the questions. Let's see. So if you don't know how to code, this will be, start from zero. You learn very basics of coding, variables, methods, if statements, loops, and then we get into more advanced stuff like Unity's methods and coroutines and that kind of stuff. We may even like hit a little bit on best practices and like programming patterns. I don't know if we'll go too far in depth, but we'll see. That's kind of like and that's why this is like a live, not really a live course, but it's a constantly evolving. I get immediate feedback every week on we liked these videos, we don't like these videos, and whatnot. Again, the weekly calls are going to be Fridays at 1 p.m. Eastern time, U.S. Eastern time, which I think is going to be the best mix between West Coast and then European time, is like that's kind of the biggest stretch I can get, I think, is at 1 PM is, like, right there in the middle. And so it's not too late for the Europeans, and it's not too early for the East Coast or the West Coast, people. So that's when the weekly calls are. The weekly calls are gonna last, I think, about an hour. I don't want them to be too long. It might be like a thing where I just stay on for an hour and then everybody else can like, hang out for another couple hours and talk about the projects and stuff. So that may also turn into a networking event. We'll see. It'll be fun. And yes, you can buy it now. So the VR Creator Academy is going to be the best, biggest VR course. It's going to be constantly updated for the next like 2, 3, 4, 5 years at least. It'll stay updated. You can buy it in the chat. You can buy it down in the description. Um, this is the honestly the cheapest price it's ever going to be. And it'll go away on Thursday, and you won't be able to get in until like the holidays. So it'll be a solid 5 months before you can jump in and actually see the videos. So I highly recommend jumping in now. You're seeing a lot of people saying they have got in and they're just now buying it, and I appreciate all of you. Thank you, everyone who's jumping in. Um, let's see. Yeah, see, yeah, 1 PM seems to work pretty good. Tokyo, I don't know how well Tokyo. So yeah, 1 PM is right now. So it's gonna be this time on Fridays, every Friday. So whatever time it is for you right now, Tokyo is literally the other side of the world. Fun fact, my editor is in Japan, so it's fun. I'll send him videos, and then the next day, like I'll wake up in the morning. So I'll send him videos like that night. So like I recorded during the day, I send him videos, and I wake up the next day, and the videos are just there edited. It's like time travel. It's magic. Um, Am I purchasing the new Meta headset? Absolutely. Another aspect of keeping it updated is I want to keep it updated with the software side of things. So, like, whenever Unity updates, I want to update the course, make sure it, stays consistent. But then, on the other hand, I also need to keep updated with the hardware. So, all the new headsets that come out, I will be purchasing. So the Pico, the new Oculus headset that's going to be released in October. Um, that was just announced like a couple days ago. So the new headset definitely going to get, and I'll definitely do like an unboxing review video on the YouTubes for that, for sure. Unity should give me some discount codes. I do have a good relationship with Unity, and as a result, I may end up being able to get y'all like a percent off or some kind of coupon code or affiliate link that still gives you a discount. Um, and so I'll talk to my contact at Unity for that. And then also I may end up being able to give y'all discounts for other stuff too. I'm talking with a few places, maybe some assets you could get discounts on if you go through like a link of mine or something. I still need to figure out how all that works and actually get those deals done. Um, Probably will be more info on that when the course is actually released in like um, February, November, not February, November. I don't know why my brain February and November always get mixed up. What is the sleep you speak of? I understand. Germany time fits good. Awesome. Ooh, it works in Sweden too. It always goes all the way out to Sweden. Nice. Um, are the classes going to be recorded? Yes, definitely. All the classes are going to be recorded. I don't know about the downloadability. That just screams pirate to me. So, I don't know. I don't think you'll be able to download the videos. You will probably, there will definitely be recordings of all of the live streams, or the not the live streams, their actual calls. So you'll be able to talk to, and like they're all the video calls. It'll be Google Meet. We'll do Google Meet for as long as it works. We might swap over to Zoom. Who knows? There'll be a link in every lesson you can click on, and it'll take you there. But yeah, they'll all be recorded and they'll all be transcribed afterwards as well. So all the videos, all of the video content on the channel, um, well, on the channel, yes, and on in the course are all transcribed. So for you non-English native speakers, works in Greece too. Nice. Okay. Alright, what other questions do you have? Or is that it? You're just sold at this point. You're gonna buy the course for the cheapest it's ever gonna be. Well, I signed your Quest headset? Have I become a celebrity? Is that what this is? I feel I'm I'm hanging out with Jason Wyman. We're we're getting there. We have to cross 100,000 subscribers, and then it's like official. I'm officially a celebrity. Um, Honestly, if you mail it to me, there's an address. There's my address. It's not my address. It's um it's a post office box. You can mail me stuff. If you mail me your headset, I will sign it and send it back to you. That's on you though. Am I going to be going over spatial anchors? Most likely. Well, yeah, that'll be something we'll cover in the Oculus section. So it's kind of like a pass through. So the thing about pass through is that it kind of turns VR into AR, but you're like coming at AR from the VR angle because it like goes through cameras and stuff. So there'll probably be a smidgen of AR content in there when we talk about pass through. But will you hold like a mini VR game jam? Ooh, that's kind of something that I would love to do for like specifically, and this might be something that's just private with just within like, when we end up making that community that I talked about earlier. Because right now there's not really a community aspect. Like there's the public Discord, um, and there'll be the weekly calls. The weekly calls are kind of the community right now. But I think when I start up that, like, it'll probably end up being a membership so that it doesn't go stale. Um, Community, we'll probably do like a private like game jam in there, and it'll be like, people who have gone through the course and they actually know how to program in VR. We'll do that because that'd be dope. um you're sold, you're ready to jump into it. Let's see, how does the class differ? That is a good question. So the behind the scenes of this question is, why should I buy the course if you post YouTube videos? Which is a very valid question. And so, like I mentioned on a couple videos ago, so you can collect your conglomeration of VR tutorials. Some from me, some from Valum, VR with Andrew, um, you know, Dilmer V, Dinesh, everyone who we did the game jam with. You can kind of assemble a little hodgepodge of YouTube videos and make your own little VR course. And I will still be posting YouTube videos, tutorials. It might transition more into a, hey, let's make a full game, and I kind of do a devlog type thing and like walk you through my mentality and process, as opposed to press this button and type these things. And that's kind of where the YouTube channel may transition over to a little bit more. But the every YouTube video, even when I do a tutorial, I start from the beginning. I'm like, all right, we're gonna press, install, XR and all that kind of stuff, the XR plugin management, and go through the whole process with the course. I assumed you watched that video. So we're just jumping in like right at the next point. So all the videos are gonna be like 5 minutes. It's gonna be like, all right, how to set up your project, 5-minute video. How to, do sockets, 5-minute video. How to, so you learn a lot faster than if you just did the YouTube channel. Um, that's kind of the goal. Will map design be part of the course? Not really. I mean, So I do have a section in the Unity and VR primer of like a world building type module. And so we'll talk about how to import assets, how to kind of set up a basic world, how to account for VR specifically. And so you don't really want like, stuff like a bunch of verticality for VR games, that kind of stuff. We'll mention maybe not specifically map design, but I'll hit on some of the VR specific, like this is something you need to keep in mind when you make specifically a VR game. Yes, I have gotten this feedback a lot. You appreciate how I include the setup process at the beginning of every videos. Um, that is definitely something that I've gotten a lot of positive feedback on, and that's why I've kept it in there. Is because you comment. If y'all keep commenting your suggestions, I'll keep doing it. Um, let's see. How long have I been doing Unity? So that's been 3, 4 years. Yeah, probably about 4 years. Um, 2 years professionally, and then 1 year or 1 or 2 years like learning it, Um, and then I've been coding since I was like 10. Like I was the kid who made, whenever we had to make like a PowerPoint presentation for school, I was the kid who made like a website instead. So I've been coding for a long time. Both my parents were software developers. So what makes a good game? That is quite the question. That's like a whole video in itself. I'll probably post a video that is just like this is the title of my video. Um, for VR, one of the main points that I try to stick to is you don't take control of the player. That is a big no-no in VR, because you're like in there. You're not like watching it from a screen, so you can like be moved and do some kind of cutscene. No, no, you're in the game. You don't take control of the player. So it's kind of like in real life, you don't like people touch you and move you around. So why would you let them do it in VR? Will we learn stuff about level design? Yeah, so I mentioned that a little briefly. Yeah, we'll talk about it. There's a little module about world building in the intro course. And something that y'all should keep in mind is that I will be releasing these um, as individual modules later down the road. And so right now I can share my screen again and kind of go through the course one more time if you want, for the people who are just joining or whatnot. So each the course consists of a bunch of modules. Um, and here, let me share my screen. And eventually, each one of these modules will be for sale, like as its own thing. So um, there we go. That's probably a good size. So Unity and VR primer, I'll sell for a little price, and then the programming section. So you will eventually, and this won't be a thing until it's done, until the whole course is completed. But eventually I will be offering each one of these kind of what's the word for it, where you can like you're at a restaurant and you buy something like piecemeal instead of y'all know the word for it. What is it? Um, that's what I'm doing with this course. It's some French term. I forgot what it is. But basically, yeah. So like sometime next year probably, or maybe as I finish the actual modules, I'll start releasing them one by one, and then do a whole big course launch in on Black Friday. That's oh, we'll figure it out. A la carte. Yeah, there we go. Y'all are great. That's what I wanted. A la carte. So eventually, that's what it'll be next year, or it might just be one, like as it finishes, I'll, make it available for like a smaller price. But each one of these will end up being its own deal that you can buy separately. But then if you like, bought each one separately, then it would be like a ton of money versus if you bought the whole course together, it'd be like a lot less, as a la carte means. So that's kind of the idea. So these, just to go over it one more time, these are all the things you get. So you get the VR Creator Academy, which is more or less just kind of like an intro course, and a place for me to put where all the videos show up. So if we go into here, you are really just have access to, if it'll load, a little blurb about the course. You have a little option to book a one-on-one call with me here, and then a paid one-on-one call, not for free. Just a disclaimer there. But you do have the option while you're in the course. I don't think I offer that option anywhere right now. So if you want private access to me, the course is the pathway. Anyway, so there's a little course overview, it'll kind of take you on a tour. There's an affiliate program you can become a part of. So if you're quick and you have friends, you can make some money off of the course yourself before Thursday when it closes. Um, I kind of direct you to the quiz again, which I'll say again, the quiz is down in the description. It's a good little see where you're at. And then all the calls will go here. So this first one is Friday, September 2nd, 1 p.m. Eastern time. So the links to all that will be in there. And then, so that's kind of that course. And then all the other courses basically just have an outline inside of them. So you can click into each one, see kind of what the direction of the course is going to be. And, so we're going to talk about the history, the future, why now is the best time to get into VR. Why should you use Unity over something else? And the answer is going to be because I use Unity, and I'll go into more detail. But effectively, that's why. If I was using Unreal Engine, that would be the reason. Honestly, you can pick whichever one you want. They're all kind of equally good. I personally think Unity is the most forward thinking, I guess. So like, more the best optimized. I don't know the word. Unity has the most features for VR. That's kind of my personal opinion. And so like, we'll talk about Unity, how to install it, how to how to use it, how to use Unity. Like that's this whole thing. All the little bits and pieces, different hotkeys, a bunch of quick tips and stuff, which that one may end up turning into a YouTube video too. And then we'll do a little world building section. So that's kind of what I was mentioning. So like how to use Pro Builder to kind of white box the level. Why like you will talk about VR specific type stuff for that, and then we will I'll show you how to set up VR. And then you can go through and like look at the outlines for all of these in here. So we've got C Sharp, XR Interaction Toolkit, Oculus, multiplayer, optimization, publishing, and beginner to pro, how to make a living off of VR. So all of these are for the taking. So yeah, you have let's see, let me put the timer back up. You have that much time to jump in before it goes away until the holidays. So 2 hours, 2 days, 10 hours, 39 minutes. When that timer ends, the page goes away and you can't buy it anymore. So let's jump into questions again. Let's see. Will the multiplayer talk about syncing all the other players? And yeah, so multiplayer is a little more challenging for VR because you have to sync not only the player but also their extremities, their hands, all that kind of stuff. So we'll go into words. We'll go into specifics about how to do all that. Will I post videos in order? So yes, the plan right now is to go in that order. So when you jump into the course, it's shown to you in the order that I think you should take them in. And that's also the order that I will be going through and actually making the videos for. I gotta check the time. I might have to jump off here in a minute, jump on a call with y'all, with one of you. I have a bunch of calls today with some of y'all who have taken the quiz. And back before the course was open, if you took the quiz down at the bottom, there was like hey, jump on a 15-minute call with me. So if you jumped into the quiz early, you got a call with me for free. But not anymore. Right now, right now, if you take the quiz and get to the end, it just takes you to the course. So you're too slow. That's what you got to keep up with me, man. If you want, I offer all these kind of like fun little like jump on a call with me and like Leo, let's email and like whatever. So yeah, if you bought the 30-minute call, you can definitely save it. Well, yes, I think so. If you bought a 30-minute call, you're given a link. So honestly, just save that link and then schedule one later. I trust you to not schedule a bunch of them. but we get into hand gesture recognition. So yes, we are going to do that as part of the Oculus stuff. Um, so they have their thumbs up, thumbs down, okay signs that they recognize. So we'll talk about how to do that. Definitely. Let's see. If you don't have money, don't worry. I'll still be posting YouTube tutorials. It might not be as many tutorials as you're used to. I may start branching into other stuff because I'm just gonna be like doing tutorials like crazy over here. So I wanted a little different thing. So yeah. To finish out your question, yes, I'll be posting out the videos in order. That's kind of the way I'm going to. I may kind of skim a little bit and just post the very basics of the videos and then come back through later and add in more advanced stuff. So there might just be like a two kind of I might go through it twice. And then next year I'm gonna go through the whole course again. I'm gonna update it. I'm gonna pay a 3D modeler to make a whole bunch of assets that you just get whenever you buy the course, and we're gonna make a full game. I wanna make a full like kind of carnival type game. It's gonna be great. There's gonna be a bunch of little booths that you can like each booth is gonna be a different tutorial. And then I'll show you how to make it multiplayer and it'll be fun. It'll be really cool. So highly recommend jumping in now. There's lots coming. I'm going to keep working on this game, this course. The course is going to have a game in it, at least one. But I'm going to keep working on this for many years to come. It's going to stay updated. And so I thank you for trusting me. If you jump in now, you have that much time to jump in, or the course goes away and we'll open back up for Black Friday is kind of what I'm thinking. I'll do a Black Friday sale. It'll be 70-80% complete by that point. Um, but if you jump in now, lowest price it's ever going to be. You get weekly calls with me and all the other people who jumped in, and it's generally just going to be a fun little ride. We're all going to go through it together, learn together. Y'all will learn together. I will teach together, and it'll be fun. Um, Franchises? What are you talking about franchises? Like, I should franchise my course? Oh, that was when we were talking about à la carte. Never mind. Um, could you pay me in 3D models? We could send me an email. If you wanna help me make the version 2, we might could work something out. We'll see. Um Will I cover any tips for integrating Oculus? Yes, that's gonna be a whole lesson about how to bring in Unity assets from the asset store and kind of use them to prototype or just use them for a game because you're allowed to do that. But yeah, so we're going to cover a lot. My idea is basically to have a comprehensive course for the complete beginner, for the person who wants to change careers from something that's not even tech related to a more interesting, fulfilling job that they want to do, like a career. So the goal is start from not knowing anything, and you get all the way to the point where you can make multiplayer, highly optimized games for your portfolio that then you can get a job at Meta if you wanted, or some other fun VR company. For the what's the Boneworks company? I forget. Like you could arguably probably get a job there if you once this course is over, you'll have enough skills. And then or the other approach, you go through, you get all these skills, you develop a little bit of a portfolio, you practice a little bit, you post online, you get a little bit of a following, you can develop an indie studio and make your own games, get some publishers, do a Kickstarter, that kind of stuff. So I highly recommend you jump in now. You have 2 days left and it goes away for a while. And so I appreciate the support you have given me. One more thing to note is there's a 100% money back guarantee. So if you, I know this is a little bit of a leap because it's a pre-sale. This is a Kickstarter, effectively. There's only a few lessons in the course right now. I'm filming the first batch of them yesterday and today. So you'll be getting hopefully lessons by the call on this weekend. If not, they'll be up by the weekend. But there's a money back guarantee. So if you buy it and then 5 minutes later you peruse the course, like, never mind, I don't want this. Offer send me an email, ask for a refund, I'll give it to you. Or 3 years later, you're like, I kind of need $200. I'll give you a refund 3 years later, even if you've watched all the videos. So 100% money back guarantee, no questions asked, any point in the process. I trust you to not abuse it. But then I'm offering you a little bit so you can trust me to, keep my end of the deal as well. So I will see you all in the course. I'm really excited. There's a link pinned in the chat. There's a link down in the description. Go and grab it now before it expires, and I'll see you in there. And I'll get to meet you on Friday, which will be fun. There'll be a lot of us. Well, we may end up having to break that call into multiple. There's a bunch of people who joined. This has done a lot better than I thought it would be. This, like, you all saw the chat. There's a ton of people who jumped in. I have over 100 people, and I'm seeing a lot of you join right now, which is ridiculous. So I'm excited. This will be fun. It'll be a fun adventure. It'll last many years. For me at least. You may just watch the first version and be done, but for me, this is going to be my life's work effectively for the next several years. So I will see you in the course or on the YouTube videos, if you choose to go that route. Regardless, thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for trusting me, and like the video. And if you get in the course, there's an affiliate link so you can make some money off of the course too if you're quick. All right, I'll see you guys.